WandaVision.
Yeah, sure.
You reunited with the Lopez's from Frozen.
Yeah.
What was it like working with them again on that?
Yeah, it's great. Bobby and I went to school together. We were in the same a cappella singing group in college. Yeah. We didn't know each other very well back then, but over the years, we've gotten to know each other much better. I love working with Bobby and Kristen. They're great friends and really easy to work with. There's a lot of mutual respect. And doing another project with them soon that I'm really excited about as well.
Okay, this is just out of the blue and to change things. Is there any score, yours or for somebody else, that you would like to re-score?
It's funny. Someone asked me that question the other day. It was like a friend of the family who was curious about what I do and said, do you ever like go to the studio and be like, hey, can I pay to have an orchestra come back? And there's this one note I hate in this one score. I just want to fix it, you know. The answer is no. Once it's done, at least in my experience. I think part of this business, it's a survival technique, I think, is letting go. You know, the deadlines are tough. Even in the course of my day-to-day work, finishing a cue, once I get to the point where it's done, especially if I presented it to my clients and they like it and they say good, you know, I let go and move on. Because otherwise, if I kept coming back to that cue, I would take time away from the other cues, and I think you zoom out. And the same thing applies for entire projects as well. Does that mean that sometimes I don't hear something I did and be like, whoa, well, that was an odd choice. I don't remember making that choice. Well, I don't think I would do that again today. No, I think that all the time. But it never actually escalates beyond just a passing thought. It never even escalates to a wish or a desire, and it's certainly something that I would never consider actively pursuing. You know, I'd much rather work on the next thing than spend time pursuing one thing.
I understood they mentioned that you have an Emmy, a Grammy, and an Oscar.
No. You're thinking of the other guy.
Forgive me,
Michael. I've got an Emmy. I've got a Grammy nomination. Finn.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I'm not bitter.
Trying to go to the Tony route.
Yeah.
And we can just obviously put the positivity in the air and just claim it, and it's going to happen.
Oh, thank you. You know, I used to get very excited about awards. I still do, but that is not something I think about very much anymore. I would be considered a veteran composer by this point. I'm old. I still got a lot of years in me left, but I'm at the point in my career where I'm really, really satisfied with where it's gone, how it's going, and just really grateful to be in the business. Yeah.
So
Was there a question in there, though?
So there's a lot of talent in this room, and I'm sure a lot of you all are friends and been working around with each other for a long time. Is there anybody that's not in this room that you would like to give a shout out to, or somebody that's just a fan of, that you would say probably should be in this room?
Wow. Well, I'll make it easy on myself, and I'm gonna say, in my studio, I have worked with a lot of young composers who are really, really talented. Many of them have gone on to have pretty great careers on their own. And I'm just going to mention a few of them now. Jake Monaco, Zach Robinson and Leo Bierenberg score Cobra Kai. They're awesome. They started with me. I expect that they will be in this room one day very soon. Michael Paraskevas, who I co-scored Hawkeye with. He's incredibly talented. and I'm sure he'll be in this room at some point in the next number of years as well.
Speaking of Zach and Leo, they did a concert of
In Spain.
at the Whiskey A Go Go, and I was at.
Oh, at Whiskey A Go Go, yeah, I was at that one.
Oh, was that one too?
They were just in Spain, actually, at the Film Music Festival there in Malaga,
Yeah.
where they performed with Harold Faltermeyer, of all people. Incredible.
Would
Yeah.
you ever do something like that for your music?
You know what? If the opportunity presents itself, I would. Certainly, I would love to hear my music performed live. The big symphonic stuff in a concert hall, Hollywood Bowl, that kind of thing is kind of a dream. The Cobra Kai music has got that 80s vibe to it, that like glam rock vibe to it, so it really lends itself well to a show like at the Whiskey or something. So if something like that comes up, I would definitely do it.
So yeah, I was. Is there something like just like the Marvel playbook, or the DC playbook to do this scores?
No. I wish there was. Maybe it would make my job a little easier. But it might also result in scores all sounding the same. I think what there is a real, from the top down, from Kevin Feige on down, there's a real respect for film music. There's a real love of film music and what it can do for storytelling. And I think maybe you could say that it took Marvel a little while to find its feet musically and to get a more consistent sound and to get that thematic continuity happening between projects that we all listen for and love as fans. But they've really got it down now, and even within that metaphorical playbook or implied playbook, even if there isn't a literal one, there's still so much room for experimenting in different sounds. My Ant-Man scores sound nothing like Natalie's Loki score, for example, and I think it's beautiful that they can all live in the same universe.
So, with properties all coming center now, but that then open everything up for you, as we just seen in Ms. Marvel, and on the Netflix series, we got that X-Men melody at the end of it.
Disney Plus.
Yeah, but we got the X-Men melody at the end and the jingle, and everybody's like, oh, I know that sound.
Yeah.
Is that now start to get you all excited, much as us now to be knowing that these characters are all coming in the center, but now you're like, oh, I can actually use a deal with this and that.
Oh, it's fun. It's fun. It makes it feel like, as a composer, you're part of something bigger, I mean, I can't think of another situation for a composer than to be part of this. It's sort of like a club, and there are always new people in the club, which is awesome, but it feels like we're sort of members of this fun little club, and we get to play in each other's sandboxes every now and then. I can't think of another situation for a composer. This like hugely and widely and quickly expanding Marvel universe where everything is interconnected. Like, how fun is that?
I'm looking forward to seeing you work in the Quantumania.
Yeah, so am I. Yeah.
Very cool. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.